CryEngine 3.
What's going on, guys? It's War again, back with a commentary about Crysis 3 and a couple other things that are on my mind. First off, let's talk a little bit about the gameplay. Not the most ridiculous gameplay you'll ever see in your life on YouTube, but it does suffice. I go like 23-6, and I go on a very nice max nano streak with a feline and no retriever, so I wasn't using anything really overpowered. So I liked it, I enjoyed it, it was really fun, and actually the players I'm playing against, as you can see me get owned there, are not bad at all. Actually they're pretty good. The DDD guys are pretty good. So I probably shouldn't have gotten this gameplay, but I did, and I'll post it. So second order of business today. Crysis 3. 2 months after release, why is this game dead in the water? 50,000 people playing BF3. That's been out for about a year and a half, and 1,000 people are playing Crysis 3. Now keep in mind this is on PC, those stats are on PC. Now why is that? Oh, on a side note, here comes the feline, laser sight, rapid fire 3. Time to own people. So anyway, back to Crysis 3. Why do people not like this game? Is it a mistake the developers made? Is it just too much for people? Are people just lazy? Too lazy to just try and learn something else? And I'm trying to figure it out. Is it human psychology or just bad choices by the developers? The more I think about it, the more it starts to be a little bit of both. For me, this game is just as fun, if not more, than any other first-person shooter. And it's got two very important elements added. Two things you need to think about at all times. It's not just point and shoot. So, I'm guessing that takes people out of their comfort zone. And another thing that might turn people off from Crysis 3 multiplayer is it actually has a grind. You do not start off with the best perks, weapons, etc. from the beginning, like you do in COD or BF3 or any other modern first-person shooter. You have to grind away to get it. You have to pay your dues. Just like in old school FPSs, you have to work your way up, and you have to get good at the game, and it actually makes you exponentially better because you're doing this grind. You learn the game, you learn to manage with what you have, and then when you get the good stuff, you're a beast. And that's the way, I mean, for me, that's the way it should work. But people are so used to just getting everything handed to them now. It's almost comical for an old school FPSer. I mean, in COD, the MP7 was like the first submachine gun I unlocked. And that thing is a monster. The PDW was like the second. Come on, those are like two of the best guns in the game. BF3, I remember unlocking the M4 super early. That thing is another monster. My point being is that in modern day FPSs, there is no grind. You have the best weapons and the best perks at your disposal from the second you put that disc in your disc tray, which is different from what I was brought up with. But anyway, enough about that. Now let's talk about the developer side. So a lot of people were upset with auto armor. I'm not, because I thought it would get more people to play this game, just because it would make it easier for new players to get a grasp on this game and start having fun really quickly. But I guess it didn't. I mean, a lot of people still use auto armor, and I know why. I mean, now it's considered a pretty much overpowered perk, because you can pretty much just run around the map at max speed and not worried about getting one shot killed by a gauze or a bow, etc. I don't use it. I probably should. I probably would have better stats in this game if I did use it, but I feel like it would be overkill if I used that perk. So, okay, that's one bad decision on the developer's part. Not exactly having auto armor, but the way they implemented it so that you could just run around the map without any sort of protection. I mean, no armor, nothing, and you still won't be able to get one shot killed by a bow or a gauss because the way the damage is applied to the auto armor. So anyway, moving on, also on PC specifically, they made the game so system taxing that a lot of people just can't run it at acceptable FPSs for a Twitch shooter. And this is still a Twitch shooter, even though it's a little more tactical than your typical other popular first-person shooters. So that was kind of a big no-no in my eyes, you know. But the thing they did do right, at least if it's system taxing, the graphics are absolutely beautiful. I mean, what you're seeing in front of you right now is 1080p, but I'm running pretty much everything on low settings, just for the best frame rate. And it still looks friggin' gorgeous. I mean, can you find me a shooter, a multiplayer shooter, that's this beautiful? If you can, leave a video response. I'm all for it, man. Anyway, those are just my thoughts and opinions. I'd love to have some people chime in, because I really don't understand what's going on with this game. I love it, and I'm sad to see it go. It's, you know, it's very rare that I can get a good game anymore. And thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.